What's going on, everybody? I am here live with Terrance Saeteurn, and we are talking about his upcoming fight. We are talking about the A-1 Flyweight champion, Terrance Saeteurn. Thank you so much for joining the program, my brother.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Absolutely. And my man, people that are looking for this interview, I'm sure the first thing that's going to be on their mind is the title fight that you've got coming up in May. So first, without further ado, I wanted to say, what is your expectations for this fight? You've got a title defense coming up for the first time in your pro career. How are you feeling about the fight? How are you feeling about your preparation?
Confident, and I feel like fight camp has been super tough. It's been super long, but I'm ready to go, man. I've been ready to go for quite some time now, and I'm just excited to go out there and do what I love to do.
If people are familiar with your game, they know that in your last fight, Carlos Puente Jr., the guy showed a lot of toughness, a lot of heart, a lot of grit, right, trying to stay in that fight. But it was a one-sided ass whooping from beginning to end, my man. You brought the pain, you brought the punishment, you brought a lot of volume and activity. Was that the game plan going into that fight?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I wanted to beat up his legs a little bit. I countered. I landed a pretty good combo, like within the first exchange, and kind of kept rolling with it, and the plan wasn't to go out there and sub him, but I mean, he kind of just gave it up. So I mean, I'm not really too picky when it comes to that. He's a really tough guy, though, man. I remember, like, after the first round, I was like, damn, this dude, like, I just dropped this dude like 3 times and he's still fucking going. I'm like, this is a tough fucking person in front of me. But yeah, man, I thought it was a really good performance. Couple of things that I felt like I could have done a little bit better, but I mean, it is what it is. That's why we do what we do, and that's why we train as hard as we train, right?
Absolutely. Trying to peak for these fights, obviously. And I thought you did a great job. You're your own worst critic. I mean, it was all offense all night. Fantastic performance. And I think that when you look back over the course of your career, you've shown improvements over time in the grappling. Is that something that you've been working on with a particular focus? I know you had one setback as a professional against Lake, and that was a fight where he basically tried to wrestle from beginning to end. So is that something that you've been working on in your training?
Um, well, I mean, I wrestled from when I was 9 all the way until I graduated high school, and then once I turned pro, I started knocking guys out, and I kind of fell in love with it, and I kind of started neglecting other aspects of my game that I'm also good at. Like, if you watch in the Lake G fight, I don't think I shot once, and I was so like just focused on trying to strike with him that I just completely neglected everything else, and he made me pay for it. And yeah, I promised myself that I wasn't gonna let that happen again. And it's mixed martial arts, right? It's MMA, and it's not a kickboxing, Muay Thai, or a boxing match. It's a fucking MMA match or an MMA fight. So it it definitely, you know opened my eyes, and shame on me for not fucking doing, for not using everything that was in my toolbox. I think if I would have tried to wrestle him, that fight would have went by a little bit differently. But it is what it is, man. I took it as a learning experience, and I learned from it, and it made me better. So for that, I'm grateful.
Absolutely, man. Every loss is a lesson, and he's a great fighter. He's got a very good record himself. So you're taking on quality competition on the regional scene. A lot of guys try and get their way to the UFC or a major organization by fighting opponents that are easy, opponents that aren't going to challenge them. And I think that you've shown from the amateur ranks, Antoine Ho, a guy you've already seen on the Contender Series, and then in the professional ranks, a guy who's barely tasted defeat in the Lake fight. So I think that you've really tested yourself, and I think that's only going to pay dividends as your career advances. Speaking of which, my man, I'm kind of curious if you were to plat out like a timeline. what is your idea for if everything goes well in May, right? You win the fight, you're now defending the title in A1 combat. Is your next step to get onto the Contender Series, to look for a short notice opportunity in the UFC? Are you still building your game on the regionals? How do you see 2025 going in an ideal way for you?
Ideally, ideally for me, man, I go out there and I make short work of this guy, Isiah Torres. And I get the call to be on Contender Series, and I get a full fight camp for it. And I'll be ready for the this next season of the Contender Series. Um, Obviously, things happen. So if there are short notice opportunities that present themselves, I'm gonna stay ready. Um, but yeah, like if it was a perfect world, if I can have it the way that I wanted it, yeah, I would really, really appreciate a full fight camp for a Contender Series, or even like just to get put on straight from the bat or straight out the gate, in a UFC event. So those are the things that I would like to happen. But first things first, I got to get through Isaiah in a few weeks, and it's not gonna be easy. Isaiah's tough. He's dangerous. He's able to finish guys. So I'm not taking him lightly, and I'm not looking past him.
I think that's wise words from you. I was going to ask you a little bit more about your opponent. So obviously Isiah Torres, 7-2-1 as a professional. He's got a decorated amateur record as well, just like yourself. You guys went amateur around the same time. I think it was 2017 for him, 2018 for you. How do you view his game, his style, and the challenge that he presents? In your upcoming title fight?
Yeah, well, he's obviously primarily a stand-up fighter. You know, he's got a pro boxing record, a pro kickboxing record. I think he might be a champion for kickboxing. So he's obviously a striker, but he's got a sub as a win, so he knows what he's doing on the ground, and I believe he's like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu too. So I mean, he seems like a pretty complete mixed martial artist, and a tough test, which is what I want, man. I'm not trying to, like what you said, I'm not trying to fight a bunch of cheeseburgers and keep my record squeaky clean and be so worried about keeping an O or keeping the record super high in the win percentages when I'm fighting guys that shouldn't really be in there with me, you know?
Absolutely. I think you've done a great job cultivating a great career. What do you make of Uriah Faber's A1 combat? I know a lot of your fights have taken place there. You did a fight in Cage Warriors as well. I think that was a San Diego show, a little bit of a different experience, but a lot of your fighting's been done in the great state of California. How do you feel about what Uriah Faber's doing for the local scene? I think A1 is continuing to take off in terms of a fight pass commodity that fight fans like myself are tuning in for.
Yeah, I think that Uriah's doing a great job, man. I'm super grateful for what he's been doing or what he's done so far. You know, he's given um, up and coming guys like myself and Isaiah and everybody else that's on the card a platform to kind of build themselves up and to make a name for themselves on the regional scene out here in California. And they become a pretty good feeder promotion for the big leagues like the UFC. Ryan Loder is the champion of the Ultimate Fighter. Payne Talbot's on there. Um, they got a bunch of good guys that they're feeding into the UFC, man. So I'm extremely grateful. They treat me really well. They're awesome, man, and um, super respectful, and they do things on a timely manner and everything. And I'm just, like I said, grateful, and it's a privilege to be able to fight for them and to represent them as their champion. And yeah.
They got a great champion in you, Terrance. I wanted to ask, what was the differences like competing for Cage Warriors? Did you have a positive experience there? I thought it was a tough fight. They gave you a quality opponent there, but you were able to go out there, get the win, use some of your wrestling as well. It showed that offensive prowess that you have when you try and take the fight to the mat. So, how did you feel about that fight and that experience overall?
Dude, the Cage Warriors experience was dope, man. I ain't never been to San Diego up until then, and it was dope, man. Like they were again super professional. They were very respectful, and they had things like locked in, man. Like they said that like I remember they were saying, be ready to walk out. Walkout time is 4:15. Um, when you get to the cage, it's gonna be at 4:30. And it was literally like on the fucking money, man. And it was cool experience. watching their fights, I always like really liked the color of the gloves, and it was cool that I was able to go out there, rock the gloves, and then they let me keep them. I still got them here in my room somewhere. So yeah, it was cool, man. The Sequan Casino was huge. I remember like the day of the fight, me and my coaches, they got like a little lazy river in the casino or at the resort. So like we were just chilling at the lazy river, and then like 30 minutes before we had to go check in, we just bounced out, went right to the venue, and got shit popping.
Can't beat that, man. It sounds like you got a great relationship with your team, and I do want to talk about that a little bit. Where Nobody MMA, Train for Life Center, what does that mean to you to represent the team, to be a part of it, and in a lot of ways to be the standard bearer for the team?
It means a lot to me, man. I take a lot of pride in being a nobody, and I take a lot of pride in representing Train for Life as a school. I'm one of the coaches there. I teach the youth striking classes, and the morning striking classes for the adults. And it's been a great experience with me so far. Like I've told people this before, but I felt like I got super super lucky as far as like going into a martial arts gym for the first time, and I got welcomed with open arms, and um, like they've helped build me up. They've took care of me and had my back since day one, man. And Coach Sonny, he's always looking out for our best interests and our team, man. We're super super close. Like we see each other more than we see our own families, and we're there at the gym more than we are at home. So we are family, in itself, in ourselves. And like I said, man, we're just super close, and all the guys on my team are my brothers, man, and I fucking love them to death, bro. And I'd lay my life down for them, and I'm positive that they would do the exact same thing for me.
I love it, man. There's nothing like a team environment. You can't replicate it, can't beat it. It becomes like a family. So that is awesome to hear. I'm a junior varsity wrestling coach myself, and it's inspiring, man, to see people that are at the highest levels as professionals still giving back, still teaching the younger generation. I think it's so important. I needed a great coach when I was a young man, so that's what I try and be for others. And it's awesome that you're doing the same thing, man. I was actually going to ask about coaching the kids class, so that's funny. I'm glad you brought that up. Um, the other thing I wanted to mention, man, my old teammate, one of my friends, and a great American, Blake Perry. What is your experience with Blake Perry? How did you meet this man? And tell me what are some thoughts that you have on being his teammate? Great living American and a friend of the show.
Dude, Blake is he's a fucking great human being, man. I really really admire how positive he is all the time. So he came in. I think he came in like towards the end of 2020 or like the beginning of 2021, right when things started to open up after COVID. And yeah, man, he came in and he literally just fell right in. He fit right in with everybody. We're all around the same age, and bro, Blake is that fucking guy, man. That's fucking the nature boy, bro. Super cool. He's always, like I said, always got my back. Everybody's always got each other's back, and he's there when you need him. Um, he's fucking hilarious, man. His sense of humor is fucking hilarious. And then, like I said, he's always like super, super positive, and he always looks on the brighter side of things. And I really, really admire him for that, man. And I'm pretty sure he was the exact same way when you guys were on the team. And yeah, dude, like he's a cool ass dude, man. And I'm super grateful that martial arts has crossed our made us cross our paths with each other. And I'm grateful that he's a part of my journey, and I'm grateful to be a part of his journey, man. And yeah, he's cool as shit, dude.
I have to say, I've been on a lot of teams. I've been with a lot of people, a lot of great people in my life. Best teammate I ever had was Blake Perry. The positivity is infectious. The constant work, the guy just loves what he's doing. He's happy to be there, and he makes you happier to be there too. So that's awesome to hear. I'm glad you have a similar experience, man. I wanted to ask this. It seemed to me like Blake was in your corner. I could be wrong about this, just like I view in one of your recent fights. Were you in the corner when he fought Makoa Cooper?
Yes, bro. Yes. Yes, I was there.
Oh, that's awesome. Please tell me what it was like to be a part of one of the biggest upsets in MMA for the year.
Man, so funny thing is, Blake and I, our martial arts journey were kind of sort of on the same exact timeline, you know, like we made our amateur debut around the same year, and then we made like and then within like a couple of months from each other, like a month from each other. And then same thing with our pro debut. We made our He made his pro debut first, but then I fought like a month after that. But yeah, going out to Hawaii, that was my first time going to Hawaii. And then like seeing how a big promotion like Bellator ran things, and it was so super dope. I remember when we were walking out, it was me and Sonny that cornered Blake. And when we were walking out, right before Blake walked out, I hella fucking forgot his banner. So I'm like sprinting back to the locker room, grab the banner, and then like as I'm running back to the locker room, I'm running past like Makoa, Ray, and their dad, and I'm like, fuck, I'm sorry guys, excuse me. And then like I run past them, grab the banner. I run right past them again. I'm like, sorry guys, excuse me. And then I made it to the cage. And then going out for that fight, we knew that Makoa was gonna start fast, and he was gonna come real fucking hard that first round. Um, so we knew that Blake was gonna have to weather an early storm. But we kind of had a feeling that Makoa was gonna tire, and then Blake's darts, man, his darts and his anaconda are his fucking money makers, bro. So like when he slapped it on, like, there was a moment in our corner where me and Sonny, like, kind of like our hearts kind of stopped, like, oh shit, it's damn near there, it's damn near there. And then when they did that final roll, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro, it's about to happen, it's about to happen. I seen him tap, and I remember like screaming so fucking loud to the point where like I almost passed out, and like me and Sonny are like fucking like hitting each other like oh shit, right, standing up. And then I had to like sit down cuz like I fucking almost passed out. And yeah, man, and fucking um after he won, I just remember slapping the shit out of his back, and I was like, dude, that was so fucking dope, man. And his parents were there, his mom and dad were there, his brother, his sister-in-law. Um, they were there like right at the front, and it was really cool to see, you know, Blake embrace his family and his family embrace him after he won. It was really cool to see. It was a really cool experience, and man, we went out and I got so fucking drunk that night, bro. It was fun, man. It was fun as fuck.
I absolutely love it. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I did my first interview ever was with Blake Perry before that fight, and I remember I told people after the interview, I was like, "Listen, guys, it's probably going to be tough sailing in the early going. I just level with you. I have cap fights every week, right? So I know that Makoa had some skills. He was a tough kid. He had some ability, but I was like, he has never been tested. He has never been in the fire. And I said, when most human beings look for a way out, Blake Perry will find a way in. And I have never been more proud of my analysis after the fact because I was like, it's going to be tough, but he was a plus 750 underdog going into that. I'm watching this I'm basically sitting at a blackjack table at the casino with two friends. I'm watching this fight. I had to stand up because I was about to lose it. I was like, guys, he's going to win. Guys, he's going to win. Guys, he's going to win. And as soon as he won, I hit the deck at the casino, literally just laying on the ground, laughing hysterically to myself because I was so happy for my guy. So that's an awesome story. I'm glad we had a similar reaction. I almost passed out. I dropped backwards onto the casino floor with the phone still in my hand. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Awesome, awesome moment. My man, I want to get you out of here. Thank you so much for your time. Here's the last thing I want to say. Could you let people know where the fight's taking place, how they can support you, any sponsors that you have that you want to shout out? The floor is yours, my brother. I truly appreciate the time, and it was a blast talking to you.
Appreciate it, Liam. So my fight is gonna be Friday, May the 2nd. The venue is gonna be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino at in Wheatland, California. Um, if you guys can make it to the fight and purchase your tickets, you can purchase your tickets on a1combat.com. At the end of the purchasing process, there's going to be a Dropbox with a list of fighters that they're going to ask you who you're supporting. If you can just click my name, Terrance Saeteurn, on the Dropbox, you'd be helping me out a lot. If you guys can't make it out there, it'll also be streamed on UFC Fight Pass. I believe the event is going to be A1 Combat 27. Um, But yeah, it'll be on UFC Fight Pass. And I wanted to give a big shout out to my sponsor, A Whole New Day Company, DeAndre. Um, he's been taking very good care of me, man, and they've been my primary sponsor, and they're going to be my primary sponsor moving forward. And I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Nicole. She's got a an art page and an art business called Nikai Art. She's actually the one that makes all of my fight shirts. She's made all of the fight shirts that I've had so far, and she kills it every fucking time, man. And I want to give a shout out to my gym and the team that I represent, Train for Life, Nobody MMA. All of my teammates, Blake, Amini, Adam, Kanoa, Ramil, Caesar. My coaches, Sonny, Devo, Madali, all the guys. My kids' classes, man. I hope you guys watch it. I know I got a couple of the kids in the kids' classes that are gonna come. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. And thank you, Liam. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you, taking the time out your day to interview me, and it's great, man. I'm excited and I'm ready to fucking go.
Absolutely, brother. The people are ready to watch you. Wrong turn. Terrance Saeteurn. He's defending that A-1 flyweight crown May 2nd, 2025. It's going down on UFC Fight Pass, and you won't want to miss it. Thank you all so much for the time. Thank you, Terrance, for the time. God bless, good luck, and enjoy the fights. Take care, everybody.